What's going on, guys? It's Tuesday. Your Tuesday guy Braeden here on FT Real M. This week is week number 117, and the topic for this week is representation issues within the community, trans community, and media. So pretty much what I have to say about that, there's always good and bad, and not even necessarily like completely bad. People in the media, trans-wise. I don't know. I'll start off like from the beginning that I'd thought of. I remember when Chaz Bono had come out and then made like a documentary, and I just remember it pissing me off because I feel like the way he represented the trans community, and he was like the voice at the time for trans men. And just the way he spoke in the documentary about how he couldn't even be bothered or speak to women anymore because, you know, now that he's on testosterone, he has no tolerance or patience for you know, actively listening to a woman. So I thought that was really shitty, and it was a dick move, and I'm glad I don't really see him in the media anymore. I mean, that's kind of terrible, but it gives the people, you know, the wrong idea. I mean, I'm sure other people think the same way, but I think it's negative media. Another representation issue, I would say, I have a list here, so, I would say, like, Caitlyn Jenner, when she came out, I was like, oh, cool, you know. Then I kind of got a little suspicious that it was like, you know, a Kardashian money-making something or other, or that it, you know, it had a hidden purpose. Not that she had transitioned for, you know, like, just to get media attention, I hope. I don't think it was that at all. But the things that I've seen and heard, I wasn't really a fan of. Not everything, but I mean, she does have some good points, but some of the things that I've heard in videos and read in articles, I was just not happy with. I read some things where she was kind of trash-talking other male to female folks and about surgeries, and, you know, if you're gonna like be representing as a female, you should look a certain way. Like, that was her thing, so I was not a fan of that at all. Let's move on to the next. I have to say, Laverne Cox has been the best trans advocate that's been out. She hasn't been in the media for too long, just since Orange is the New Black came out, and since then she just kind of blew up, and she's done so much for this community. It's very appreciated. So, thank you. And yeah, she's made really big moves and has spoken her mind and has been on shows, you know, talk shows, and just, you know, with the surgery thing, that's what I remember the most, when she gets asked about surgery and she's like, I'm not here for that, you know what I mean? Which I thought was cool, because that's what people always focus on, is the surgeries and, you know, the physical aspect of it. So I really like Laverne Cox because she's very down to earth, very knowledgeable, obviously has been through transition, and all the bullshit that goes with it. And she's a very positive person still, and very strong person, so that's why she is like my favorite trans advocate, or activist, however you want to put it. Let's see what else I got. Buck Angel as well. I'd recently posted something on my Instagram, Trippy Trans, and I totally forgot who I just said. Buck Angel, yeah, okay, and it was like coming to a bathroom near you, and it was cool because, you know, all the bathroom laws and things like that, and he was, you know, doing his thing with that, which was really cool. And speaking of the bathroom issues, I also on my Instagram I had posted how, you know, Obama kind of stepped in and put laws into effect to protect, trans people and trans folks at a federal level, with, students and bathroom stuff. So that's really awesome. So that's a really big change and something that I didn't think was going to happen as quickly as it did. So that's really cool because that's cuts down on a lot of safety issues. Not that there is not going to be any more, but a large percentage has been, cut from that, I believe. Okay, so as I'm sure you've all either seen it or if you listen to my podcast, anything like that, Aiden Dowling, not a fan, and I'll just be honest and come out and say that, not a fan. I don't know if you guys know it. This is Jasper, by the way, like crawling on my lap. I don't know if you guys have seen. I'm sure you have. He was on the cover of a gay men's magazine, and I had done an interview with Raph, and we just kind of spoke about, he shouldn't be on a gay men's magazine because he's one, not gay. He's always identified as a heterosexual male. He's married to a woman, and like I said, he's not gay, and I feel like it fetishizes us as a community. Kind of like, hey, gay men, it's cool to sleep with trans men. Like, it's a new, like a fad. I feel like they kind of made it like that, and they're like, oh, it's like a big thing, like, oh, this person used to be female, and now they look like this, like, ooh, wow, like muscles, and you know what I mean? So it was kind of like that kind of negative media thing. So I feel like in that sense, for people who are, trying to learn, or who are, I don't mean ignorant in a bad way, but who aren't aware of trans issues or even trans people in general, I think that gives a bad rap. And even in the community, I've everything but the T, like lesbians, gay people, bisexual, blah blah blah, have not really been that supportive towards trans people, I've noticed. And I feel like they still don't really get it. Yeah, it's weird because, I get gender and sexuality are two different things, so that's why sometimes I just think of LGBT, like, okay, sexuality, and then the T is always forgotten, and it's, it has to do with gender, not sexuality. But, at the same time, we're still a community, and we have to come together. That's the only way we're going to get things solved. So just stop being a bitch. Stop talking shit. And let's just come together and fucking fix this shit. And we're just prolonging our suffering, pretty much. So just shut the fuck up and be positive. After I just, rip someone a new asshole. That's okay. Another good source and good representation of our community, I would say, would be OP Magazine. I had met with Rocco Catastrophe and Amos Mac. Oops, that'd be my alarm. I had met with Amos and I just forget his name, but I just said it, so it's okay. I had met with them at a few OP parties that they had when they first came out with the magazine. They would do a party like annually every time a new magazine came out. So I'd been to Brooklyn twice, Boston twice for those parties. It was really cool, just to be around your community in like a safe environment. It was at like a club, a bar type thing, but it's really cool. So meeting them and the work that they've done and, put this magazine together and put that out there, and they're still going with it. I think that's amazing. And, the way it's written and what's on it, it's good. It's cool shit. And I also think Aiden was on the cover of one of those magazines as well, or maybe it might have been FTM magazine, I'm not sure. I don't subscribe to any of those magazines. I had just seen it, because an ex of mine was like obsessed with Aiden Dowling for a little while, and obviously it would piss me off, because of my feelings towards that situation and the Gay Men's magazine. But yeah, so I think the representation issues, within the community media right now are getting better. But there's still a lot of misrepresentation and a lot of bullshit that we still need to work through to, I honestly hate, I don't even really watch TV, it's just Netflix, stuff like that, but I see stuff online, and we have a lot of work to do, so quit the petty bullshit, and let's get to the real issues. That's what this is all about. So, let's do this shit, get out there, represent your community, if you can, if you feel safe, sorry, the TV, if you can, if you feel safe in that environment, small things, very small things can have a very big impact. And even a non, like a cisgender person who has been an advocate for trans people also I would say Obama. And I'm glad that one time I voted in my life, it was for him, because he's changed a lot of shit. And if you've seen the articles about how he put in place, the trans bathroom stuff to protect trans people, so that's really awesome and big of him. So thank you again for all the positive people who are out there, helping the community and not misrepresent. I can never say it. I can never say the word. Misrepresenting. There we go. Misrepresenting the community. I don't really know how to say that part of it, but just reevaluate your situation. That's all I really gotta say on that one. Yeah. So, besides that, I wanted to mention, if you haven't already, I still have it, an Etsy and Instagram, Trippy Trans, TRIPPYTRANS, and you can check that out. And I actually just dropped my I could drop an album. I just premiered my website, trippytrans.com, so it's no longer it's still through Etsy, but I have my own domain, so it's pretty cool. So easier to find it in trippytrans.com. So go check that out. Still tweaking a few things, but it's pretty organized, pretty easy to navigate. Really cool stuff. Also, podcast. I think my last one was a couple weeks ago, but if you want to go ahead and check that out, Instagram and Spreaker at The Hermit Boy Speaks. So I hope everybody's doing well and taking care of yourselves. And so this has been Braeden on Tuesday, FC Real M. And I hope everybody's doing well. Take care, and I will see you next Tuesday.